Welcome back, guys. Hope you had a good Thursday in the market. TLRY up 60% the past week, 20% today. It was up almost 30% today. This is a weed stock. I think it's mostly because of Biden presidency is why it's been running up the last couple weeks, 3 weeks, month, whatever. But today it's run up on news because they're going to be merging with APHRA, not sure how to say it, which is another weed stock. And Afria just had earnings and they were super good. So basically that sent this one up, TLRY. And they're going to be merging, when is it? I think Q2. Yeah, right here. So Afria posts higher revenue plans to close TLRY deal in Q2. So they're up on that. We got those TLRY calls that we'll go over. But if you look at TLRY's daily chart, this was October. It's kind of like election. So this is huge election spike. Thinking Biden might become president, might make it legal. And then it's kind of been just trending upwards ever since then, slowly. And then really just in the last couple weeks, it's gone pretty nuts. It's 2x'd, I guess, since 4 days ago. But if you look at their weekly chart, this thing used to be crazy high back when the weed stocks were, I guess, going more nuts shortly after IPO. But we've got calls on this on our E-Trade, which are up 363%, which is sick. It was up 400-something% earlier today, and then it's kind of settled down, consolidating. We've got a ton of time on it. I was like considering legging into it, but I'm like, I just got to be patient. 36 days on it. This is February 21st, 22 call. So it's almost in the money. So basically to leg into it, what I will do, and I could do it today. I've got two. I might just do it on one. But so it's a 22 call. If I analyze it, it'll show me my cost basis. So it costs $92 for the two calls. So what I could do is I go to the chart, and then to leg into it, go down to the same date, same expiration. So here it is right here, a little green mark. Got two of these calls. And it costs what, 90 something dollars? So basically I would go to another one. This one costs 177. Look, even way up here, this call. I could sell this call up here. I could sell one of them and I would receive $121 credit for selling this call. So then once I did that, I would have made whatever, $30, almost about $30. And then it's locked in. I've locked in the profit, or locked in $30 of profit. I've made the position free. Okay, but then I leave it. And then what would happen is if TLRY kept going up, I still had one naked call that has unlimited potential for gains. But if TLRY went up past 30 by expiration, then that one naked call would turn into a debit spread if I sold another call above it. So turn into a debit spread. And then if TLRY kept going up, my max gain on that debit spread, I'd have one debit spread and one naked call. And my max gain on that debit spread would be the difference between these two strikes. So it'd be $800. So then this debit spread, if it went up to $30 on expiration or above it, would be worth $800, which I could close. And then I'd still have the naked call too, which would be worth probably a lot more because I wouldn't have lost the value that this selling a call would do. So that's kind of legging into something, and that's probably what I'll do. But since I've got over a month of time, it'll probably cool off a little bit, maybe the next couple days, but it might run again, and I might wait until it's either in the money to leg into it, or until it seems like it's kind of hit a top. But we'll see. I think with Biden and stuff he might start announcing, I think it can kind of only be bullish at this point, unless if something goes crazy on the 20th for the election. So that's maybe part of the reason I might want to leg into it sooner, but we'll see. So that's my TLRY call. Only got two of those, but that's okay. So it's up basically, yeah, so 413%. Market's still open, you can see. So this thing's still going. Yep, it's running up. And I had a feeling it might run up at the end of hours. Anyways, we got this Rocket spread. So Rocket came up today. The spread is a put credit spread, 18.5 and a 19. So basically it has to stay, Rocket Mortgage has to stay above 19 by expiration of tomorrow. Rocket's shooting up right now actually too. So that's good. I'm going to leave this one and I'll close it out tomorrow for a minimum. And that'll be a nice little, let's see, $154 max profit. So we'll get something real close to that, hopefully. And then we've got this Smith & Wesson call, SWBI. It's up 62%. So this is another one this is a gun stock. This is kind of with the 20th coming up and just the uncertainty and what laws come into place. People want to be buying guns to be protected. So this has kind of run up since, I think this was the Capitol. The Capitol got breached or whatever, and that all went down. It was either this day or this day. But yeah, so I'm going to hold on to this one. I've also got this Tesla credit spread on here. And so this one is a call credit spread. So it's a bearish position. So basically Tesla has to stay below 880. And this one is a little sketchy. At least it has been. Because you never know with Tesla. Tesla's in a kind of heavy consolidation. So with how crazy it is, Tesla could run up to 880 tomorrow. Because this thing has to expire tomorrow. But we'll see. It's looking fine for now. I'll close this out tomorrow before it expires. At one point this was down today, but now it's up 57%. Any momentum Tesla starts seeing and this thing just loses value, and then it's sketch. ACB is another weed play. It's not run up quite like TLRY. They don't have that positive news like TLRY. This one's probably running up with the Biden election as well as just on the news of TLRY and positive news. You know, certain things in the same sector will run up together. So on the daily chart here, you can kind of see it. This used to be $150. That's insane. Anyways, this one's looking bullish. I'll hold on to this one. We've got like a month on that one. I like that play too. We've got two of them. And then we've, of course, still got this Facebook put. Facebook is still kind of coming down slowly. Lost momentum. And then Ruger, that's another gun stock that we have a call on. So Twitter put, it's kind of slowly coming down. STPK, remember we have this debit spread on here. This is a SPAC that's merging. I can't remember who it's with. Watch yesterday's video for that one. Bob is coming up. This one expires in 15 days. I sold out of the Wish today, so I actually broke even on it because Wish actually shot up today, and I was down like 98% on that play, which is crazy. And then just so happens today it shot up 15%, and I sold it out actually right here. I put a limit order to sell it at 50 cents, which was what I paid for it. And it filled, so I'm stoked to get a Wish. And then these ones are expiring tomorrow. This UBXY, Laser, CCL, and AAL. These are probably all going to expire worthless, I would say. So that's okay. The gain today, oh, you guys can't see that. Today's gain, show you right there. So today's gain is 465. So that feels good to having an option account to be making some good stuff. It's unrealized, of course, until I close these positions. But you don't want to close early. Let the winners run. So it's nice to be using this account though, and kind of have some stuff that's working out. I do like spreads though. Those are the nice kind of bread and butter, because these naked calls, naked puts, oftentimes they just expire worthless. So these are working out though. Show that long term here real quick. Long term was pretty mellow today. IRMs is kind of cranking up here. And then Square didn't do much. RKT is finally kind of jumping around in this range, but it's still, yeah. So you can see it's bullish. It's just crossing over now. But yeah, just kind of had this little chop here this day. But I think it'll probably come back up to this resistance. Hopefully crush through it and keep going, but it might not. I did have we'll go RKT. We'll go over that once we get to the Weeble. Let's look at this long term. So what I like is we're up $63 today on the long term, which is pretty much flat for this size of a long term. But Tesla's down, so that's good, because oftentimes Tesla swings this account so much because it's ballooned so much, and we have 9 shares of it, which is hardly any, but it's enough to really move this account. Corsair is also down. KO. Gibbs shooting up. This is supposed to have news, I think this month, hopefully they're going to merge. I think, yeah, this month they're merging. Airbnb went crazy today, man. It was up 10%, and then I think there was some talk about the CEO saying something about COVID, and I think it was bearish, basically. I don't know if saying COVID is hurting sales or hurting revenue or whatever. HT's been selling off today. I'm not sure. Very sold off a little bit. IMMR, this is a nice one. So I looked at adding to more on the long term, and I'll just show you guys what I did. Basically, I went through all of my my watch list on here. So I've got growth and then dividend. Growth are safer, or dividend are safer, slower movers. Stuff I use. Growth are more, you know, usually don't have dividends, and you expect to grow quicker, more like tech companies, that kind of thing. I went through all of them and just checked kind of the RSI on them and the charts and the candlesticks and the moving averages and all that. And what I concluded, if I did want to buy into more, it would be Facebook, start scaling to Facebook, or Coca-Cola. So I can show you guys kind of how I got to that. Facebook, of course, has the bad news about banning Trump. I haven't scaled into it yet because I think it's going to keep coming down. But I'm keeping an eye on it because it's getting to a nice level to buy in my opinion, if you do want to buy long-term shares. So it's 29 on the RSI, which hasn't been this low since, look at that, it hasn't been below, wow, hasn't been below 30 since COVID, low COVID. So given it's much higher stock price now than it was here, but just to show you kind of just because the velocity of it coming down. So we'll let it keep coming down. Once it seems like it's kind of reversed or flattened out, I'll probably be picking up some FB for the long term, and then Coke is even a slower mover. This one also, just on the RSI, it's at 33, and it looks like it still has a lot of momentum coming down. So we'll see if it crosses over, and we'll be buying in some of those too. So I'd like to get a bigger position in both those. And that's about it for the long term. Airbnb looking good. We have 100 shares in our Morgan Stanley that is going to get transferred now to our E-Trade, so that'll be nice. This thing's gone crazy, man. Haven't played with options much on it. Done a couple credit spreads, but mostly just the shares. So we've got 10 shares even on our Robinhood here. That these things are even up too. Yeah, we're up $291 in those. Nice. Yeah, long term. And then I'll show you Webull. I'll show you, let's see, the order. Let's see today's orders. So you can do filled. Like I said, I sold out of the Rocket shares just because I'm like, I shouldn't be swing trading Rocket. It's a real slow mover. I mean, I can, but I took a little loss on it, and that's kind of what the swing trading's for, like cutting your losses early. Or just if you see better places to put your money. That's kind of what I saw here. I didn't have market or capital to put into other things I saw moving quick. And I sold out for, I don't know, $20 loss, $30 loss. Bought into CCIV, bought 27, or no, I scaled up on this. I had some shares and I scaled up 27 shares. I bought six of these AMC calls. They had good news. These expire tomorrow. These probably be worthless. Oh, and then I also sold my AI. That was for another swing trade. Sold the AI just because, again, I saw opportunity in other swing trades that were moving better, and AI looked like it already hit a top. There's a little loss on both of those. No big deal. What was the other one? Oh, Rocket. So Rocket is coming up now. It was earlier in the day, and I was like, you know what? This is such a slow mover. I don't really care to wait for it to go up 1 point. So what I did scale into was CCIV, which ended up just kind of staying flat today because this is merging with Lucid Motors EV company and the SPAC owner, manager, whatever. He said it might not happen or may not happen. So that's kind of typical. There's just been rumors that this CCIV SPAC is going to merge with Lucid. So we'll see. It's a speculative play. But yeah, that's kind of what it was, running up like crazy, and then he said that, so I kind of sold it down. But I'll still hold it. What did go crazy today in this account was CPSH, and this I already had. Wow, it really come down late in the day, but it's still up 31%. I had I'm trying to think if I scaled into this or if I just bought this today. I maybe just bought this today because yeah, no, I had this, so I already had this. Oh, this is the one I top ticked. So I have it right here, my position, 117 shares. I bought it on this day, I think, or maybe it was this day. Yeah, it was this day. Top ticked it, held on to it because I believed in it, and came down, and then after hours came up, and then today it just gone. It went crazy. It was up 50 something percent. We were up over $200 on it, just on 117 shares. So that was nice. So today on this account, we are up about $345. And this one, I'm kind of enjoying swing trading shares. And then our E-Trade, we're up today $460, so that's nice. And look, this is almost a 400%, this TLRY. And then our paper trade account, here we go. So I sold the SPY put, 378 strike on the SPY. I sold what, like 13 of them, and I sold it earlier in the day because I didn't want to wait. I sold it around here, so 378. It's at 378.28 right now. So basically, SPY has to close above 378 tomorrow at close for this to expire worthless. And if it doesn't, it will get exercised, and I'll own on this. There's a fake account, it's simulated. I'll own 13 shares of SPY. If it seems like it's going to close below that and I'll get exercised, I will roll this over to Monday's expiration and just with a lower strike, and we'll just see how that works out. But at this point, I'm holding it. It's down 135%, $1,000. This is fake money, and so far this has worked out pretty well. It's kind of just a little test to see kind of the track record that what I could do with 100K if I was just selling premium. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Kind of a scatter video all over the place. I wanted to show you guys E-Trade though and Webull and how we're doing those. Finally, the Robinhood is starting to look a little more like something I don't look at. It just kind of slowly grows. Make sure to sub up, like up, comment down, make your money, happy money, so it'll stick around. Let me know if you have any weed stock plays you're doing, or biotech. Oh, I didn't even talk about BNGO. Yep, we've got BNGO also. Bingo was his name-o. Top tick that one too. Totally FOMO'd that one that day. Yep, look at that. I don't even know how I got at that high price. But then today it came back up, and now it's selling back off. But I'm going to keep holding. That's fine with me. We're good. All right, see you tomorrow.